Hi everyone. Today we are going to work on building sentences about graduation. I sent everyone the same copy of Build a Sentence. It is page number 24 in your June packet. For this activity, if you are able to write, you can grab a notebook or lined paper and handwrite your sentences. If you need help writing, you can have an adult or parent help you, or you can cut out these pictures before we start, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it on the computer screen. So you can use scissors to cut these out, and we're going to put these in the right spot on the sentence. And our sentences, again, are about the graduation newspaper story we read last week. I have a couple things to show you before we start this activity. But today, our objective is to build a sentence about graduation. And that can either be writing it, cutting and gluing the pictures, or a third option is to do it on the computer. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what it looks like. I put in our Google Drive, I built a PowerPoint or a Google slideshow with the sentences. So if you don't want to cut and paste, but you'd like to be able to manipulate or move the words without writing, you can log into pathwayslessons@gmail.com. If you have a Chromebook from school, you'll be logged in already. If you need the password, email me and I'll give it to you. And you can practice doing this on your computer, or I can share this with you or make a copy of it for you to do. So that's one announcement. My other announcement is that now News to You is available on your student view. So when you log in to Unique Learning System student view, you're able to read News to You stories as well. If you don't remember this story, it's not on News to You anymore because there's a new news story now, but you can look back at my videos or you can read the paper copy that I sent you. Let's get started with our activity for today. We're going to use the News to You document viewer so I can log in and do these right on the computer. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because we're going to do one sentence at a time. Remember, I want you to challenge yourself. So if it is too easy to cut and glue the words onto the sentence on the paper I sent you, then I'd like you to try to write it or do it on Google Drive. You could also type it on your Chromebook, phone, computer, whatever you have access to. So let's build our sentence. Okay, we're going to choose the pictures from below to complete the sentence on paper or to write the sentence on paper. So number 1 starts out and it says some schools. These are both vocab words we had this month. If you don't remember what some means, go back and listen to our stories or look at our vocabulary definition YouTube video. So some schools. Now we have to finish this sentence. And we know our sentence starts with a capital letter and we know it ends with a period, so that it can be our first clue is to look at our word options that have a period on them. So our first words are the future. You can see a period there, so we know that comes at the end of the sentence. Remember, we go left to right. We start on the left side of the page and we go across and we end here. So we know we're going to end with a period. So we know the future will be the last word of our sentence. So I'm going to put it up there right now because that'll help us. Some schools and the future. So we know we got that right.
Will have.
Will have. So something will have something.
In. Ceremonies.
So those are our other 3 vocab words. Some schools, what fits best here? Some schools in Some schools ceremonies? How about some schools will have? Some schools will have what? What will they have? That's right, ceremony. And we only have one left, and it's in. So we know that goes here. So here's our noun or our subject, schools. What are they going to do? They're going to have, that's our verb. And then ceremonies, that's our object. Schools are going to have ceremonies in the future. That is when they're having those ceremonies. Some schools will have ceremonies in the future. What about the other schools? Let's scroll down. We're going to do our ceremony on DVD or video, remember? So we will not have a ceremony in person. We'll celebrate together in a different way this year. Let's continue on to sentence number 2. The schools, capital T at the beginning of our sentence. Let's check our words, our word options below.
To have.
Oh, that is kind of irritating, so I am not going to click on those anymore. The schools, our word options are to have, during, so this might be a certain time. Ceremonies, our celebration. Hope, we might hope for or want something. And then the summer, that tells us when. So what do the schools want? We don't have the word want, but we do have hope. The schools hope. What do the schools hope? That's right, to have ceremonies. We read in our paper that some schools hope to have ceremonies later. When? So we're going to put during because that's going to tell us when. The summer. The schools hope to have ceremonies during the summer. Did you get the same answers as I did? How did your sentences turn out? Thank you guys for following along today. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll do another graduation related activity together. Bye.